Hey guys, Brandon Tates here. I just wanted to do a video to show you how we've been tuning drums. So the church that I'm at is in Getty Church, and so recently we've been tuning everything using the Tune-Bot, and man, we're just getting great results from it, just very accurate. We're really enjoying the tones of the drums that we're getting, and I've got this sheet, a Tune-Bot tune guide that's been really helping just to dial in the drums. So we're encouraging our team pretty frequently to be tuning the drums, and we're coaching them how to be able to use this Tune-Bot to dial in the drums. And so this is kind of also a tutorial video for when future drummers come onto the team. So hope you enjoy it. First, I'm going to start off with tuning the snare side of a snare drum. So here at the campus that I lead at, we have a Gretsch Renown series maple kit. It's the rock sizes, so 14 by 6.5 snare, 13 by 9 high tom, 16 by 16 floor, and a 24 by 16 kick drum. So I'll be going through a few of those drums today and just demonstrating how we use the tune guide in our context, or I mean the Tune-Bot. So here I've got the Tune-Bot Studio, and yeah, this thing has been awesome, just really clear. I love the display on it, and yeah, so I hope you enjoy this video. So here I have our Gretsch Renown Maple Series snare drum. So what I'm going to do, I just put the head on top. I always line the logo up with the logo of the company who makes the snare. So like I said, this is the snare side, so what I'm going to do, I just have it on a just a stool here, so that way I can have, I'm able to spin it around and just get to the drum a lot easier. So I'm just going to go around and first finger tighten the head, getting all the tension rods in. Not tightening them all the way yet, just wanted to get all of the tension rods into the lug, and then I'll go around and begin to tighten them. Sweet. So the next thing I'm going to do is there are some wrinkles in it, so I'll just kind of begin to wherever my drum key ended up going. Oh, there it is. Cool. So let's go around, and I'll give a quarter turn to each of these going across, and I'm going to go to my right. I'll give a full turn on that one because I just felt a little loose. This one too, I'll do a half turn on there. Quarter turns. I'll do a half on that. Do a half on that as well. Quarter there. All right, cool. So I'm seeing a little bit of wrinkles over here. So I will just tighten these up just again slightly. Try and pull some of that out a little bit. Cool, then I'm gonna just go around again and give everything a quarter turn. Just kind of feeling around to make sure there's no ripples. This still feels pretty pretty weak there, so maybe I'll just give just a little bit more. All right, good. Sweet. Now I'll turn on the Tune-Bot. So like I said, this has just a really nice, bright, clear display, and this thing has been just awesome. So on this, we are looking to to get 400 hertz. So this is going to give the best response to the snares. I also just recently picked up these Tama snare wires. This is a Strand of 42 snares. And I'm hearing great things about this. Usually I've done Puresound, that's always been great. super sturdy. I don't believe I've ever broken a Strand on that, so I'll be interested to see how these go. I was hoping to get the higher quality one, the more expensive one, but Sweetwater was currently out of that, and it was going to be like March before I got it. So I figured I'd just do it with these and see how they worked out. All right, so when tuning this, the snare side of the snare, we do need to kick this up so that way the Tune-Bot reads the higher frequencies. So we are looking to get up to 400 hertz on this. So yeah, so pretty much the tip and what I'm hearing everybody from Bethel, the guys that are over at Radiant where Corey Asbury is, they're all pretty much, it's you tune the snare side of the head as tight as you can before it breaks, pretty much before the snare side breaks, which I've had great luck with 400 hertz. So to do that, we'll power it back on because it fired off. Then there's this right here where it says filter and range. So right now it's just kind of on the basic range. And then when you hold the filter button, let's see, there it is. So I'll move this up so you can see. So it says high range right there. And that will read anything from 400 and above. So, all right, so here we are. Like right now we're about, 286 range. That one's showing a little bit lower actually. It feels pretty loose on here too. So bring that up. Yeah, so with this, when you tune up this one, not only is it affecting the two tension rods beside it, but it's also affecting what's happening pretty much immediately across from it. So as you're tightening it here, it's pulling down on this side too, type of thing. So just kind of be aware of that. So these are about the 290 range, but then these ones over here and here are still about 250, 260. So I'll bring these up. Now these are about the 320. These ones that were up higher. So sometimes you get these like sympathetic numbers. I don't believe we're quite at the 400s yet. I'll show you how to actually to kind of get rid of that. As you get them all kind of around 400, you end up holding this filter. You press the filter button, and then it'll pretty much set. Actually, I'll show that in a little bit. Okay, let me demonstrate this. So right now we are currently, so when I hit, sorry, now that I took it off the thing. So right now we're, most of these lugs are at the 358 mark, but then when I go and hit this one over here, actually these two, it's kind of showing a little bit lower. So that's saying 356 now, but this one was saying 230. So I know I've cranked these pretty good. Now it's saying 200, but right now it says 353. So so there's a little bit of an issue. So what I need to do is start to filter out some of these kind of sympathetic sort of frequencies. So to do that, you just press this filter button right here. So press filter, and then it says 353 down there. So it's pretty much saying everything that's, you know, below, say, I'm not sure what the actual range is, but pretty much anything probably about 320 and below, it'll kind of cancel out and not even bring up. So so that way you just kind of dial in where you're at on the head. So. Alright, so now I'm getting some 390, 394s, 393s, 399s. I'm saying 402, 400. So sometimes with this, sometimes the numbers will go down a little bit further. So sometimes you just need to hit it a second time for it to kind of get back to that number. So if it seems like it's off, maybe just hit it again. 405, 401. So I'm not trying to make it exactly perfect, but maybe pretty close to that 400 range, ideally. 396. Bring it up. There we go. 400. Feels like I'm about there. Alright, so I'm at like 405 around the whole thing. Here, actually, maybe another way around this. Just going to hit one of these till it says 405 or 406. I'm going to do this difference right here, this triangle. So if I hit that, then it'll really dial in kind of within the it's supposed to be a little more precise, within 1 hertz. I don't know what's causing that sort of sympathetic frequency on these, because it feels like they're pretty cranked, so I'm not going to get too crazy on that. Alright, so I end up getting these Tama 42 strand snare wires on. Something to note, I did have the Puresound's snare wires on this before, and so I ended up using the, I don't know what this is technically called, but kind of like the strap to hold on the snares. I did end up using the Puresound ones, just because they seemed like better quality. The ones that Tama gave, I mean, they're probably good. I like the fabric better than I like the string or even the plastic. So it's awesome that Tama is not using the plastic strap, but I don't know, this just didn't seem like it was as high quality as the Puresound, so I ended up just using the Puresounds. Here's the snare drum with the snare wires. Got them nice and tight. So I am noticing, yeah, it sounded pretty good. A little bit of ring in there, but I got a trick for that. So for the batter side, I'll just kind of go over that again. Usually, I have been tuning the batter side to about 150 to 160, maybe even 165, to kind of get that big fat tubby sound. But I have noticed tuning it that low, it just, as you're doing rim shots on the snare, which most of the time we're encouraging our guys, if they're just hitting, like a 2 and 4, those main snare hits, that they are using rim shots. So we're just noticing that it is kind of, these bottom 4 lugs or so are getting, they'll get loose pretty quickly. But I recently heard kind of the trick as of late is to actually tune your batter head a little bit tighter, and then use some of those, these old rings that you used to put on before you knew how to tune. So the trick is that you can just use these guys, so you tighten the batter head, so that way you still get that great stick feel, just nice present attack, and then you put on the rings to kind of make it tubby again. So I have seen David Whitworth. He will use kind of the small. I just ended up buying these from Evans. It's the Fusion set, ER Fusion. So the Evans E-rings. So this comes with a 14-inch for the snare, and then it also comes with a 14-inch for the floor tom for the Fusion kit. And I have seen, and David Whitworth recommend, he actually likes using the thin one on the bottom, and then he'll put the thick one on the top. I don't believe he's currently doing that same thing, but I was kind of messing around with it last night on one of our other snare drums, and I did notice it using both just dampens it even more. And actually, I don't know, I was kind of skeptical on actually using both if it would do much, but actually it does a significant amount. So, but either one, just by itself, sounds great. For some reason, this is kind of sitting a little bit funny, so I gotta check that out. Maybe I just need to cut a little bit off, but we should be good. Yeah, so using those, you can tighten up the top head a little bit tighter. So I'm at about 180 currently on this batter head, and then I'll use this just to kind of make it tubby again. And yeah, so I'll show you an example here pretty shortly, but I wanted to just go over the batter side of the snare just a little bit more, just tighten it up, make sure it's all good now that it's been sitting there. I did go around and after I tightened it up the first time, and I did just go, I set it on the ground, then I went through and just kind of loosened the head, just kind of like you would on a guitar string, so, and just make sure the glue, anything that's kind of funny with the head, that you'll hear some crackling as you do that. So feel free to, put some pressure on it, just to seat the head a little bit better. So about 176, 177. So I'll just bring it up to 180. Do around the 180, then I'll hit the filter button. Now it's at 180. Cool. So I'll remove the Tune-Bot for now, and then I'll just demonstrate this snare. Tune on the snares. So good sounding, it's just got a little bit of ring to it. So let me try it with the dampening rings on it, show you. So here's just that thinner one. These are the Evans E-rings, the Fusion set, remember? Kind of having a little issue with this, so there might be something funny with this this rim. So now it's got that just fat, still has a little bit of ring to it. So that's just that. Here, I'll show you with the fat one. Yeah, just nice and dead and fat. Let me show you with both. like they are sitting a little funny. Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, so again, the top head is set to 180, the bottom is set to 400 hertz. Yeah, and then using these E-rings, man, that really just fattens it up. So, man, I'm a believer in these E-rings now. All right, hope you enjoyed that. How to use the Tune-Bot on the snare drum. Hey, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope that it helped you as you are pursuing excellence as a musician or as a drummer or whatever that might be, or as a worship leader, and you're just looking for a place to just find more knowledge on how you could better serve your team, serve the church as you pursue excellence in your local community. Yeah, so I just encourage you, if you did enjoy this video, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I've got some original music, so go check out anything else that's available on here. It's a pretty new channel. Yeah, so not too many videos yet, but if there's other things you want to see, feel free to comment, or you have any thoughts or questions or comments, feel free to add them, and I'd love to answer accordingly. And yeah, if you have any other thoughts or ideas and videos you want to see, just let me know, and hopefully be able to make some more and help you as you pursue your journey of becoming a better worship musician or a better worship leader. So take care, and until next time, bye.